Hi all, and welcome to the Tina Cloud Sprint 76 review and retro, and the Sprint 77 forecast. First, we'll be going through the review and retro. So, for our sprint goal, we had the allow manual reindexing of content in Tina Cloud. So, I was able to complete this, and it is all deployed to Tina Cloud. So, users will be able to manually reindex their projects in the case of any transient issues. So for Tina Cloud, we have 27 hours built to myself and Matt, but we have no hours built to TinaCMS. For our sprint backlog, key things to note were the add branch selector UI to choose which branches to reindex. So I have created a done video for this, which I will just highlight some key points within the manual reindexing process. So you can see here under the branch status section of your Tina Cloud project, you see we have a button here to pull branches that haven't been indexed properly. So if we just skip to the modal here, you can see once we click that modal, we are able to pull branches from GitHub that are not within your Tina Cloud project. And once that is, once you've selected your branches, you'll get some feedback, which is Tina Cloud branded here, so a bit of orange. And once that is done, you'll be able to see under your branch statuses that we have these two branches here that have been indexed. Cool. So for our sprint burn down and dashboard, we have 4 remaining and 12 completed. Code coverage is not yet logged. Production deployments, we've had 1 deployment for Tina Cloud, but 0 releases for TinaCMS. For our application health overview, for the Identity API HTTP 500s, we've seen them increase from 12 to 19, and the Content API HTTP 500s increased from 88 to 714. This is a big jump, and we have seen little jumps like this before. And because of that, I've added in some logging. And yeah, this wee jump is related to that issue. It's around JSON serialization. So because we'll have that logging in place now, I'll be able to investigate that a bit further and see what's going wrong. For our accounts created, we have seen them increase from 199 to 204. I'll get you to speak about the rest of this, Matt.
Yep. So orgs created over the last 30 days, kind of consistent. That October 12th drop, you can see that on the 28th and a bit on the 14th of September. If we go down, our sign up to commit conversion ratio went up slightly from 9.1 to 12.7%. So that's a little bit of an increase on that content API request, which is good to see. User committed is still pretty high at 78%. And we've got some other PBIs about adding post-hog to try and get some better telemetry, and they're getting added to the roadmap. Those post-hog issues are getting added to the roadmap as well soon. In terms of unique cloners for the bare bones starter, went up from 36 to 46. Yep.
Can we add, I think they're to-do items. Can we just put the to-dos before me? To-do colon, yeah. That's the Visual Studio syntax.
So was it a colon?
Yeah, to-do colon. That's how
Yeah,
you've got to do it in VS.
Also, I was in 2 minds between SSW.
Yes.
Yeah, anyway.
Yep. So bare bones starter last 2 weeks went up from 36 to 46 clones, unique cloners. If we look at the next.js starter, The last 2 weeks, about the same, 117 down to 114. So not a big change. And the self-hosted demo decreased from, well, it's about the same again, 24 down to 23. Package downloads, it's slightly down from 29,000 to 24,000, pretty much because we haven't shipped a new version, so that's kind of what we're expecting. With the ESM migration, just again forecasting that that's a major version update because it is a breaking change, turning off CommonJS. So I expect that will be a big thing on this board soon.
Cool. Cheers, Matt. For the state of our epics, for our epic allow manual re-indexing of content in TinaCloud, it increased from 0% to 100%. R&D, add branch selector UI to choose which branches to re-index. For the AI tools, more or less the same. For the Copilot stats, showed that I did most of the talking. And for the main action point, it was to add AI agent instructions to the starter templates and migrate to ES modules.
Is it accurate?
Yep, that is pretty accurate.
I asked it to say the limerick, and it didn't do that, so I'm going to say no.
Yeah, no limerick.
Yeah.
Yeah, for our sprint retro, I guess the kind of key things to note was that TinaCMS YouTube channel hit 1K subscribers.
Oh, that's great. Okay. Can I just ask, look, a lot of work went into this caching work. Is there any learnings? We're glad we did it. Did we approach it the right way?
Sorry, what was that?
Like you've now got, is the caching issues now sorted?
I'm not sure with the caching issues.
Oh, okay.
The manual, are you talking about the manual re-indexing?
Yes. I thought
Oh,
that
yeah.
was for caching issues.
No.
No, it's more like, yeah, I guess you can say it's kind of caching, but it's more the indexing of your branches from GitHub into your TinaCloud project. Yeah, we had a lot of users in Discord that were having issues around this. So being able to being able to have the option to do this themselves within TinaCloud will hopefully reduce the amount of issues that we get in Discord.
Okay. Do we have anything that will indicate who's clicking it a lot?
No, I don't believe we have any.
Okay. So basically, if we had a situation where no one actually clicked it at all, we wouldn't even know.
Yeah, well, I guess that's why
we've got Posthog. That's why we have Posthog on the roadmap.
Right.
Posthog will let us do a lot of that stuff.
Wow. Okay. And we can't just manually log it, just so we at least know that some people are clicking.
Well, we could look at the we're logging the API requests, so we can infer it from the API requests.
Okay.
Yeah, we have set up an endpoint
We
around
definitely
it.
want to know. We just definitely want to know who's clicking it, and we want to be able to ask them. Did that resolve your issue? Was it helpful? What was triggering you to click it? And if we don't have any telemetry when we release this, we won't be able to ask them any questions at all.
Yeah. No, Matt's right. We can have a look into the CloudWatch logs and see who's hitting the endpoint that
Will we know who it is? We'll actually know the users.
They'll have
the client ID.
Okay, all right. Okay.
Anecdotally, have you had positive feedback on Discord since this has been pushed out? Like, have those people that were complaining kind of said, "Yep, this is awesome, it's working"?
We've just released it, so we haven't had a chance to get any feedback.
Right. Okay. Can we just make sure that that we can pick up who's that you can use it as you described, that you can pick it up, and then once you're confident on that, each thread on Discord where they had it, I think we should point to the new blog post or tweet mentioning this.
Yeah, we're gonna add some documentation, so I could
Yeah.
point them towards that documentation to see if
All right, good.
yeah.
Jack and Brooke, did you always know this was a niggling issue since we acquired it?
This was kind of the first time it reared its head in the last couple of weeks.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
really? So
So
it wasn't
it
wasn't
was
an old
already
issue.
yeah, well, it was already like it was a weak point of the application. There was an FAQ that said, "Hey, if it's not been indexed, push an empty commit to your branch," and that was the way to go about fixing it. But it hadn't
Right.
it hasn't come up in the last couple of years. So
Right. Okay. Oh, so okay. So Brooke and Jack didn't even know about it.
No.
Okay. Because it seemed to be a ton of work.
Yeah, I looked on Discord around this issue was coming up, and yeah, it was quite a while ago before anybody actually had been experiencing this issue.
Mm.
Um,
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Let's keep going.
Yeah. Another thing that went well is Brooke and Jack are back on the project. So we'd love to see that. What didn't go so well? Matt?
yeah, since Ben was on client work, ESM hasn't progressed, but with with Brooke back, and Jack back, we'll be able to push ahead on that next sprint.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't have any improvements to be made from the next sprint. Right, so moving on to the forecast. For our sprint goals, we have Jack working on improving the TinaCMS starter templates for AI agents. And we have Brooke on the ESM migration.
Right. Okay. All right.
What about you, Eli?
So
Those are the goals.
Yeah. Yeah, those are goals. Yeah. So
Eli, will you be helping with one of those goals, or are you going to be working on something different?
yeah, I'm going to be working on something else. It is I'm doing a spike on improving our authentication, just because we've had some performance issues around that.
Okay. Is this related to Dan's feedback?
No, this
Okay.
is just
Have we nailed all of Dan's feedback?
yeah, I believe we have. If not, there's some yak shaves we've
Right.
put in for him.
Okay. Yeah, I'd definitely like you to double check that so you can tell him that everything that you've done has been regret and just get him to confirm that.
Yep. Cool. Right, for our sprint backlog, we have add branch selector UI to choose which branches to reindex. That's just adding the documentation in for the manual reindexing. For Brooke, we have migrating TinaCMS to ES modules. We also have the spike for improving the performance of the content API admin permission checks. So yeah, I found there was some performance issues when I was investigating the media management, and a lot of the time was going to admin permission checks. And then we also have the media management. Get collection endpoint derives data from DynamoDB indexes, and Brooke and myself will be working on that. And then we just have the standard monitoring of the Discord chat. So thank you all for attending. This YouTube video will be uploaded to our TinaCMS channel. It will go under our sprint summaries playlist. So I hope you enjoyed. Cheers. See ya.
You know what?